If a girl was bringing in like 2 mil and you was working a 20 grand a year job, you know, and it was like, okay, she having you, what would you do? Would you stay at home or would you stay at home, be a stay-at-home dad, or would you tell her to stay? I'll stay home. I think that's what he said.
No, he said no. He said, but I'm already broke on 20 bags. You need to go to work.
I'm not staying
just
at
gonna
home.
find another man.
You wouldn't stay at home,
No.
and look after the kids.
Pardon?
If she was, you wouldn't.
Me and Straight, I think we said we would.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
I think we
What would
said-
you do?
Cause you,
You'd stay at home.
Obviously, still doing what I'm doing.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
I can't stay at home. I can't.
You
I'm
wouldn't.
sorry, no.
You wouldn't.
I couldn't.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Why
I
is-
couldn't. £2 million a year.
no,
£2
that's
million
too
a
much,
year.
too much,
She
too
was
much.
going to what's it called? Okay,
Too
200
much,
bags.
2 mil, yeah.
200 bags. All right, because
Yeah,
2 mil's quite.
She's on 200.
She's on 200 bags. You're on 20 bags. She's had the ute. It's time to go back. 6 weeks. Bam. She's like, one of us has to stay home and look after the kids. It's either me or you.
Are you making the sandwiches?
Who's looking after the kids? Who's doing the nappies? Who's on nappy duty?
Who carried the baby for 9 months? Who's pregnant? Do you understand?
Who's pregnant? It's all like, who did that? That wasn't me. That was you that did that.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
How could you? What the hell are you talking about? Who gets a year off of work? Do you know how much time women get off of maternity leave compared to men?
But you know that can be split now, right? That's 50-50. That can go 50-50, right? That can go 50-50. Like 50% are women and 50% can go to the man.
I would love to go to my work and try to come to that joke with them. Is that what they're telling you?
Yeah. Oh, at my work you can. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's just a certain companies you can't then. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if that option was available,
Bruv,
yeah.
I'm not a sea lion, innit? No, a seahorse. What is it? A seahorse. It's
Or a penguin.
What's it? The seahorses that look after it, that give birth, yeah?
Yes, the males.
Yeah,
give
I ain't a
birth.
seahorse.
Wow.
Bruv. You get me? I ain't. You must be mad.
But even as a family unit, like them, like she's saying, babes,
Right.
like then that
Alright,
200 bags doesn't
family
go
unit.
anywhere. Like,
Okay.
we're gonna be living off of your 20 bags.
This is gonna sound so terrible, yeah. But you're a girl, innit? You get me? A girl cannot be captain of the ship.
Oh, okay.
I'm so
yeah.
You can't
That's
be the
interesting.
captain. You can't be the
Why do you
captain.
think that is?
Because, yeah, if you're a brer, yeah, a brer could give a girl 50-50 and be cool and make decisions, you get me? But a girl can't be 50-50. Someone either has to be in control. So if you try not to take the control, she will take the control.
Yeah.
And then you have one of them big voice gal. You know them gal that's got voice for their boyfriend in public places. I told you to wear it.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Take it back.
Yeah.
In the restaurant.
Oh, okay. So you're encouraging that type of attitude to come out from a girl.
No,
In a
I'm
sense,
saying
in
if
a
you
sense.
if you stop at 50% and let her
Yeah.
have the other 50, she will try and take one of your percent and push you
Yeah.
down. The most you can give her is 49%, and that's if you want to be like even as you can be with a girl. And I honestly believe that I don't think girls can be in control of the relationship. I don't think that's.
And you're just talking about relationships in that sense, not in terms of obviously.
Yeah, no, but that's going into what I'm saying. So whoever's earning, if you're at home looking after the kids and she's at work paying the bills, she runs that relationship. Don't get it twisted. You get me? So
Is that a bad thing in some cases? Because we know certain people are blatantly waste man. Like I know certain men that have blatantly been certain boys that I know that have been have kind of been fixed up by their women. Still, I'm not gonna lie, that the women have pulled them up and gotten them into shape on certain things, certain habits, certain dead habits that they were on, and fixed them up on basic habits like looking a certain way. Pants is riding up, the trouser piece is riding high. You're seeing the socks and everything, and it's well hijacked up. And she's fixing that. She's sorting that out. That's getting sorted out. Do you know what I mean?
listen,
Yeah,
gal can do
man's
certain
look. I've
things for
come
you.
to one person I know, and yo, bro, you looking fresh too? Yeah, blood. My new thing, she's got it for me still. Okay,
You know,
'Cause
I
I've
will
known you
say
for many
this, yeah.
years, and
I will concede this, yeah. Like I do think, like if you're gonna be a truly great man and do certain things, you need a proper rider woman by your side, a great woman as well. But she can't even have more than 49%. And she, as a real queen, she knows that.
Yeah.
Because she knows that the king is better than the queen.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So she's not supposed to want your side. As a woman, she's supposed to know, like it's supposed not to be her dream. I can't sit here and say what women's dream's supposed to be, but part of your life, unless you're medically certain away, is you're gonna be having babies.
All right, Johnny. So just to throw something in there. So you're saying you're going back to work, yeah, and she's staying at home, yeah.
We're gonna have to pattern something up, of course.
So then,
Yeah.
rent now.
Yeah.
Who pays rent? Do you go halves? Holidays? Do you go halves? Or is I ain't paying shit because you get 200 bags and I get 20 bags?
No. What do you mean? You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
This is what people try and do. They try and like take the cheap way. Yeah. Remember, there's no such thing as a shortcut. It won't. It's just the way. You got to go the proper way. So if your girl's paying all the bills, you're not the boss.
Yeah.
You understand? Whoever pays the bills is the boss. And it's sad to say that, but it's the truth. You get me? Because if that stops happening, then we don't even have nowhere to live. All our arguments are dead because we don't have a roof over our heads.
So in the scenario that we just mentioned, in terms of having the 200 bags, then she's the boss. She was the boss.
You just can't even fuck with her. She told you she got 200 bags, it's gonna be like, see, bye Felicia, like I'm out. Pretty much.
It depends. Don't get me wrong. As I said, like certain times a girl can bring you to a level. You get me? She could help you get up to a level. But for me personally, you have to be able to accept. Sometimes you got to humble yourself, like you said. And in certain situations, it might be best for you to be a bit humble. You get me? And see if something's running. But I don't know, man. If she's earning big cake like that and she loved you and you loved her, maybe she could help you get the deposit together. So your wage is enough to get your own little mortgage and rent out something while you lot live together or whatever. You have to, if she can help, man, on a level, then safe. But like, if she's just earning 200 bags and you're earning 20 bags and that's that, this is how we live. Then we can't. How's it gonna work?
Yeah.
We're in different dimensions. Do you understand? Like a gaucho's is taking out your wages.
What do you think, Sensee Media? What do you think on this topic? In terms of somebody only having 200,000 and you earning 20 grand, would you?
And you got the girl pregnant. Yeah. Would you stay at home and raise the children?
Yeah. But also, I think how long she been working for? 5 years. She probably got over $1 million, whatever. She's probably got enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's say she doesn't. Let's say she doesn't. Let's say she's been working for 3 years. She hasn't. Standard 200 bags.
Retire early.
Okay, yeah. So you're seeing it more as a family unit sort of thing, like that.
Simple life in the hills.
Okay, you changed the dimension though, because that would have been the sensible answer I would have went for as well. Obviously, let's not have a ute yet. If you're not ready, if you're not ready to stay at home and look after this ute, you're not ready to have a ute.
Yeah,
that's what I believe. That's how I should have cut it, because you hit it. That's you that stole that from PJ. But it's true though. If you're not ready to stay at home and look after it, you must not be a woman yet. You must still be a gal. So do your thing, innit?
I don't think I'd really want a gal. It's real. It's just real as that, innit? I don't think I'd want a gal to earn more than me still. I'd want to be more. I'd rather you move into my house than me move into your house. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. I have to own their
you
things.
get into my car rather than I get into your car. Just because later, get out of my car. Get out of my house. You little brock piece of shit. What are you doing, blood? Just because when that argument does come, that you see back in the day was like, well, not even back in the day. Like some people might take, like what hurts more, being called ugly or being called broke or being called a failure? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think
these things cut. They say sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. But that's not true, blood. Sticks and stones will break your bones.
Yeah, they will hurt. Those sort of things will hurt.
Words will hurt, blood. They can hurt, bruv.
But it depends who they're from, though.
That's the thing. I was gonna say I've never really
hurt you, blood.
I've gotten into arguments with girls that I've been with before, and I can honestly say none of them have actually said to me, "Get out my car," or "Get out this," or "Get out that." And that's just based on their personality. Like we've always, I've always been up to a point with them where it's a bit more mutual, where they've got that respect for me, and they wouldn't say those things even if they felt that way. There's no way they could have that over me because we've shared things. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if it's something simple like the petrol money. Do you know what I mean? Like, my petrol money bought us here as well. So don't try to think you can throw me out. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, even as simple as things like that, I make sure things are paid for and you know, I'm contributing, because most of the women I deal with, they are like, they've always been very giving. I find that with women, I don't know if it's just women that I go out with or whatever, but it's I've never come across a woman that's just said, "Get out of my car," or "This my thing." It's always been, "Please take this." Yeah, don't worry about it. And I've always given the money on the side. Have that, hold that. You know, no, don't worry, take that, and maybe that's because of the type of girls that I attract, perhaps. But
I think so.
yeah, maybe so. I've never gone through that, or
I think
it's always been on my
But
terms.
gal always know as well. Yeah, it's like you said. It's a partly seeing the signs because you won't get to that stage with a gal like that because man will pre what kind of gal she is. And
Yeah,
she
yeah,
can't
yeah,
be
yeah.
that. And also, man's a man, innit? So if you tell me to get out your car, get out your house,
Man will get out.
yeah, there's no
100%.
man's gone,
Yeah.
and that's it. You get me?
Come back,
That's it.
babe. Don't
Furthermore,
come back.
that-
We're going Jamaica on Monday. Oh, the tickets are booked.
I've you know what? I've heard of certain people in some crazy situations like that, and I can honestly say I've never gone through anything like that, and I wouldn't go for a girl like that. That would raise some red flags immediately, and I wouldn't be on that still.
Red card.
Boy, yeah. But there's many different women out there still that have done some dirties on men. You know what I mean? And some girls that have put it on me. When you know, and you know you dare not go there because they're your boys. But
Bro code.
Bro code. But I think I lost you. Then I had won't go there because they're your boys. Like you're talking about hitting the man is missus or something. What are you talking
no,
about?
I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking
not
about
hitting
for
a man,
not hitting about. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but
not
she was
hitting-
trying to like. You had to be like.
But when
bruh,
that happens, you told the bear.
So that's in that certain scenario. I won't say exactly what sort of happened, but however, I will say like I think it depends on the circumstance and the person, because if it's, for example, a really something which I genuinely think was a mistake, or that they're in a bad place, or they're on a break at the point in time, and you know they've had a drink and things have gotten a bit too far and they thought it was going a certain way, I think that person can be forgiven, and I don't necessarily need to tell my boy if that person tells them themselves. Do you know what I mean? I would more prefer if they would, you know, talk about it and admit it to their partner. You know, if it's their partner at the time, and then if they want to speak to me about it, in terms of my boy, being able to speak to me and say, "Yo, bro, did she da-da-da-da-da?" I can say, "I'm glad she came to you. Da-da-da-da-da. This is what happened." Because some people are very private amongst those sort of things. I find that, and I know of a person who was in a similar circumstance, and they pretty much didn't go back and speak to the other guy. They didn't go back. They sort of kept it in house. He didn't speak about it with his boy, and it was a unkept secret, like unspoken.
This is what I'm saying, but certain men don't know how to control. This is what I'm saying. They're not captains, bruv. If you're not the captain, then your ship's gonna sail off course, innit? You get me? Women are not good at fucking directions, bruv. So
But
they
is
can't
that
be a captain.
though, because if because remember, girls. Okay, not girls. People think they're captains. So you pay rent, but then again, if
No,
your
it's not
phone's
just
getting
'cause I pay
tracked,
rent
if
that
your
means
phone's
I'm
getting
captain.
tracked, does that mean she's trying to be the captain?
No, it just means that their ship's sinking. You get me? No, I'm being serious. That's what it means. It means their ship's sinking. She don't trust him, innit?
Yeah.
They don't have trust, so their ship is essentially sinking. Don't get me wrong. You need bare things on a boat, you know? You get me? You don't just have the captain. You need rowers. You know what I mean? You need man to pull up the sail and catch the wind. You know what I'm saying? You need man to put down the anchor so you're steady on the water if it's choppy waters. There's bare jobs. So they're important.
Yeah.
So just because you're not the captain, you're the first mate. The first mate is rated. You get me? Bruv, it sounds bad, innit?
Yeah, I hear what you're trying to say. You're talking about
You're talking sense.
Yeah.
100%.
That's it.
You're talking about leadership, and leadership needs to know where to put people in certain roles. That's part of a leader. Like, what I mean, you know, your girl can be she might be good at wages and maths, and her role is better suited to being like looking after the money, in a sense
She
of
can
just
run the
not run.
Airbnb.
She can run
She
the
can do the
Airbnb thing.
admin. You get me? There's things. No.
Yeah.
Cut that off. That sounded horrible. You get me? But there's jobs that she can do that man can't do. You get me? Like raising youths is hard. Man, talk about staying at home. One of the reasons man couldn't stay at home because I wouldn't make it, bruv. I couldn't take it, bruv.
But you could though.
No. Man are not designed for that. How much that... The youth's crying. Oh my, stop crying. You just want to say like, what's wrong, bruv? You get me? What's wrong? Like, well, as soon as they can talk, it's a lot easier. Maybe that's just me. I'm speaking personally, but a few of my brethren I know as well are similar. Like, when the youth kind of gets out of baby stage, that's when you can more roll with it by yourself.
Yeah.
You get me? Depending if it's a boy or a girl. I'm not talking about my children, you understand? But,
I understand.
yeah, it's like it's like that, man. But I do think, boys and girls have got different jobs, and like, because now women are equally paid, which they should be, like they don't want. Sometimes they see that like wife role as like a bad thing, like a lower kind of role. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But
What would you say if you had a daughter and she wanted to be the captain of her ship? Would you then tell her, you can't be a captain? I'm sorry, you can't be a captain.
to be honest with you,
That's a fair question. It's a
No,
fair
to be
question.
honest
It's a
with
fair
you-
question.
To be honest with you, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. All right.
Or, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'll say to her is this, like I'll tell her my beliefs in it. If she's got like,
So you tell her, yo, I believe that you shouldn't be. I believe that
well,
women can't.
my daughter's a genius, innit? So the brer she'd have to be a super smart brer to be the captain of her anyway. You get me? But I'm not gonna change my story. I don't think a woman can be captain. A woman has to be a woman, and I think that's what it is. But like you say, if you're earning 200 grand a year or something mad, I'll say, you know what I mean? Work your years and save your money so that when you have your use, you're nice, innit?
Suppose if she bought home, she was earning 200 bags. She bought home a boyfriend that was earning 20 bags. And she said, look, like, Dad, would you, like, should I be the I think I need to be the captain. Would you allow her to be the captain? No, that's a fair point. Would you allow her
If
to be
my
the captain?
daughter's earning 200 bags, she can't go out with a bro who earns 20.
You'd pretty much say, don't build a ship with this guy. Don't build a ship with this guy.
This guy can't sail on the boat.
Can't sail on the boat.
Put
Okay.
this guy in a fucking canoe. You
Yeah.
get me? This guy's got
Oh,
building to do. Yeah. Make this guy walk the plank. Just get him out of it. Fuck that. This guy can't come in.